Welcome to another video in the Practical Parenting series. Today, I want to give you 3 ideas of what you can do with your children during the difficult times when you just have to wait with them somewhere. Waiting with children is not fun. Waiting in line at the grocery store, waiting in traffic, waiting with one child while the other one is in a dentist appointment or a doctor appointment, waiting for your turn to be called at the MVA. There's a lot of downtime when you're waiting with children. What can you do to turn that time from being frustrating or negative and full of crankiness and complaints into something positive and enriching, something that brings special joy to your child, to you, and to the relationship between you? So before I give you the 3 ideas, the first rule is keep all cell phones and digital devices put away. If those come out, nothing can compete, and you are just asking for trouble and negativity and all types of negative ramifications. So assuming that there is nothing digital to be seen and it's just you and your child, here are 3 things you can do. 1, play games with them. Waiting times are the best times to play games like I Spy. You do it with a really little kid. I spy something purple, and then they start letter recognition. So I spy an S. And then they can start read a little bit. So I spy the word exit. They love it. Just keep going and going. You can play geography games. Do you remember that one where you say the name of a place and the next person has to say the name of a place that begins, whose first letter is the same as the last letter of the previous one? You can go through all the letters of the alphabet and try and see if you figure out, can you together come up with an animal that begins with every letter of the alphabet? Can you come up with a fruit or vegetable that begins with every letter of the alphabet? You can play the mystery number game. We play this where it's like 20 questions. I think of a number and they ask yes or no questions till they can try and figure it out. Is it odd or even? Is it odd? Yes or no? Is it greater than 100? Can you skip count by 5 to get to it? Till you get there, then it's their turn to think of a number and you have to guess. All types of games you can play like this. You can play that game, I'm going to grandma's and I put in my backpack an apple, and the next person says I put in my suitcase an apple and a banana, A, B, C, D, all the way. There are so many games that you can play, and this is a great way to deal with checkout line, red lights. This is one of those really good ones. The second thing you can do is obviously talk to them. Use the opportunity to have a conversation. Share something interesting that you just read or heard or saw in the news. Ask them their opinion. Have they heard about it? What do they think? Listen to them. Talking is always good. And the third is come prepared. When you know you're going places that there are usually wait times, any doctor's office, any government office, come with a little kid's backpack and put in it crayons and coloring books, or bring in your purse for older kids, dot-to-dot books. They have wonderful dot-to-dot books, down from ones that 4-year-olds can do up to adult level. My older kids and I enjoy doing these, 1,600 massive dot-to-dots. There are maze books. Again, simple mazes and complex mazes. Bring them along. Bring books for them to read. Bring books for you to read to them. Bring little matchbox cars that little boys can drive along the floor, along the tiles of the waiting room. If you come prepared and you have things to bring out, things to do with them, things that they can do, it becomes an adventure and it becomes fun because you've got special toys that you don't necessarily always have. There also are wonderful travel games that are magnetic. You can get travel chess, travel checkers, where the pieces are magnetic and they stick to the board. Those are great things to bring with you when you go places. And there are also solitaire games that you can play, your child can play themselves, solitaire chess. There's a wonderful homeschool resource called Timberdoodle, and Timberdoodle has wonderful games like Rush Hour, that type of game where one person can sit and figure it out. And if you need to be talking to the doctor and your child needs something to do, there it is. Take out one of these games that they can just try and play with on their own while you do what you need to do. And so there you have it. 3 things that you can do to turn waiting time into wonderful time. And that would be play games with them, talk with them, and bring supplies to be prepared. Good luck and enjoy your children.